And we are live right here, Academy Sports Show, live coming at you, the quarantine edition, the stay your butt at home edition of Academy Sports Show. We appreciate you guys. We hope that you are following us and watching on all the different platforms. We send out a message out on our Instagram and on our Facebook to tell you that we are going live every Monday at 7 o'clock. It is Monday, it is 7 o'clock, and we are here. We kept our word, and we are live on our respective Facebook pages, mine and Joel's, and on YouTube. YouTube is the best place to find us. If you don't follow us on Facebook, the YouTube is right in the description below. Search Academy Sports Show. You'll see our logo. Click it, subscribe to it, and trigger that bell. Trigger that bell. So you'll know every time we go live. I just got my email. Joel just got his email to let everybody know that we are live. So we appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, Academy Sports Show, or our personal Instagrams as well. So that way you keep in touch with everything that we do, as well as SoundCloud and Apple Podcast app, where we get the audio from this, throw it up there so you can listen to this in podcast form. Or if you have YouTube Premium, you can listen to us with the screen off as a podcast as well. So I'm your host, Andre Douglas. Sitting next to me is your host, Joel Williams.
What's up, everybody? That's right, Kobe. We are back and better than ever. You heard the man. New platform, same crew, same Instagram, same Facebook. It's all there. But, Cole, we even got something special for you, man, since you're the first one commenting in the show. We're going to do something that you've never seen before. Those of you that were with us at the relaunch, you saw this, but Kobe, we're going to do this for you. That's right, Kobe. We shout you out, baby. Look at those comments at the bottom of the screen showing up.
We out here.
Kobe, we back. We out here. That's right. We are. Welcome back to the Academy Sports Podcast, live and in living color. It is myself, Joel, and you heard the man, Andre Douglas. Great show for you. We are back. And we are doing a full show for you tonight. So tonight's show is not just about relaunching. It is literally about making sure we talk sports and everything that there is to be sports. So tonight, we got a little information for you on the NFL. It's almost time. There were some COVID tests that came back wrong. 77 false positives. But besides that, all has been well when it comes to the NFL and training camps. Not a lot of positive tests. So it looks like we're heading to a season. So we're going to play a little bit of who you got tonight. Also, we're going to talk Luka and Paul George. Luka is on fire right now, and Paul George is boo-boo. And as you can see, we got a little emoji right there, a little boo emoji, also known as another type of emoji, but we're going to keep it clean here on the podcast right now. And then at the end of the show, we're going to talk about who do we expect to see moving on to round two. That and much, much more. Plus, we got a little game we're going to play just to open up. Interested to hear your thoughts. Interested to hear some shout-outs from the comments. We want to hear from you. As always, as you can see, we'll put you on the screen. If you want to join us in the show, you can join us as well. That's right. We can put you on with us and let you speak your piece, whether you agree or disagree. We don't mind, but we love to talk. So this is tonight's show, this and much, much more here on the Academy Sports Show podcast.
You know. All right, So I love the comments. I love it. Kobe, we are back. I love seeing you there, buddy, man. Make sure you share, as Joel said, man. Share, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube. Make sure you share and follow and subscribe and all that other good stuff. All right, well, we do appreciate our sponsors here at Academy Sports Show. If you would like to be a sponsor or a shout out, or you like your brand on the show, we will take your inquiries at academysportshow@gmail.com. But our sponsor today and always is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mike Vance Plumbing. Both licensed and assured, Vance Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just getting up the cold, waterproofing, or daily home services, we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
VancePlumbing.com.
.com.
provide you the map of all the areas that they service, as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call them in.
313-304-7786.
That man right there is the real MVP.
That's right. We like that.
All
man.
right. So you saw the rundown. We got a great show for you guys. Coming back strong. And I would like to play a game with my friend here, my co-host as well. I would like to play a game called. What's the game called again?
It's called First Thought.
What is your first thought? Your first thoughts. I'm going to throw some stuff on the screen, and I want your first genuine thought of seeing these items. What do you think? Do you cringe? Are you happy? Are you surprised? Are you not surprised at the information that I'm going to throw up on the screen? So I just want you to know. I want to know, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready. First,
right.
you want first honest thought that comes to mind, right?
First honest thought that comes to mind. All right, here we go. First honest thought that comes to mind. Sixers players buried Brett Brown on his way out as Joel Embiid, Al Horford, and Josh Richardson testifies. Brett Brown got fired today, and his players could care less. Your first thought.
I could care less too. This is a long time coming. Okay, like we've been waiting for this to happen. This man should have lost his job.
Ooh,
I would say,
a
year and a half ago.
Doggone.
Let's be honest. The reason we're having this conversation today, the reason we're bringing this up is because the process has hit another snag, and so every time we've had moments. That's true, but every time we've had moments where we questioned the process, the first thought was, should he go?
Right.
And I think we're at a point now where we're beyond the process. And what I mean by that is the process was to make this team competitive again. The Sixers have been one of the laughingstock franchises of the NBA since Iverson left, right? So we weren't talking Sixers until they started the process, right? Be bad, recruit, draft. And finally they did it. They got a couple of free agents, and now these guys were contenders. Right. So the process is done. You're back, you're relevant again, and now it's time to try to win. And Brett Brown wasn't going to be that guy to help them win. So today was a culmination of what we've already seen happen. We knew this was going to happen, and it finally did. Not a big story. It finally happened. It is what it is.
His players did him dirty, though. Like, they did first. Okay, I say it's 50-50, right? But I guess it's all as coaches, he gave zero accountability to his players. That's what the outside is. Like, I'm not a big Ben Simmons fan. Shocker. I'm not a big Ben Simmons fan.
You've been known to say that on the show.
He don't evolve. He just is what he is. Nobody's ever challenged him.
He was shooting the three a little bit this year.
Was he?
Until COVID hit.
He shot 10 3-pointers this year, and half of them was full court shots at the end of the half. Like, this guy, he doesn't.
Hey, 10 3-pointers is better than none.
He doesn't get better. Like, he is what he is, but you're supposed to be this great player. He's just all-star level, and that's a great thing. But stop putting this guy on a pedestal, because he's not on a pedestal. And then Joel Embiid, I mean, he just – I don't know, bro. Like, he just won't lose the weight. He won't lose the he won't get the stamina. They're always talking about how big he is. They're always talking about, how out of shape he is, but he a bad boy. But it seems like the coach does not put any emphasis on getting stuff done.
All right, okay. That's fair. So we both agree that this should have happened.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Elton Brand should be fired because he signed Tobias Harris to $180 million instead of signing Butler.
That man gets a good bell.
Woj says that Elton Brand is staying. So we'll see. He says he's staying.
Well, I agree Elton's staying, but is that a stain, though? Did is this a mistake on Elton, or did Jimmy not want to be there?
I think Jimmy's in a perfect situation. He saw the coaching was bad. He saw there wasn't a place. I don't think his game and Embiid and Simmons' game all meshed. So he wanted to leave. I think he wanted to leave.
Okay, so I was gonna say, so you think Jimmy didn't want to be there?
So and then signing Tobias Harris, you had to keep the team competitive.
Yeah, so, you had to get somebody, right?
Right. What'd you say?
No, I said you had to get somebody. I mean,
had to get somebody, but $180 million does cripple them. $100 million to Al Horford cripples them. $10 million a year to Josh Richardson cripples them. So Ben Simmons' contract is getting ready to kick in for his max extension. It's not a lot of wiggle room to change this roster around. So if you're a guy that's going to take over this job, this is your roster, and you have to do something with it.
Yeah, I think
the last 2 years they've been 50 wins and out in the second round before this year.
And we clearly are blaming Brett Brown for that. I mean, and I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I think they've been hit with a little bit of injuries, and I'm doing the show by myself right now. This is good. All right. They've been hit with injuries, and they've been hit with a couple bad contracts, as you guys did a good job of pointing out. So I think we're what my first thought was is in line with what's happening here. This is a big story because it's a firing, but at the same time, it is what we expected. Andrea thought that my comment about doing the show was funny.
What? What'd you say?
I said I'm doing the show by myself all of a sudden.
I got kids, man. I got kids.
Understandable. Kobe says this is a great job for J. Kidd. He would get Simmons right.
Ooh.
Would he get Simmons right though? Would he help Simmons do more of what he already does, which is assists, but will he help him shoot?
Now, did Jason Kidd help Giannis take the next step?
Yes, I think he did. The Jason Kidd firing from Milwaukee is still perplexing to me today.
Right. So I think he can help Ben Simmons. I think this whole thing is more Simmons than Embiid. Embiid has a skill set, and he's a well-rounded guy. He can play defense, he can shoot the ball, and he can post up. But they didn't the offense didn't run through him until Ben was gone. But we saw when the offense went through him, they got swept. So they got to figure things out. I think Ben Simmons is the one you have to mold into a better basketball player. And maybe Jason Kidd can do that. A couple other guys I'm thinking of, they brought up Tyronn Lue. Maybe. He's always out there.
Every coach that's won a championship is going to get called on.
Right. And then another developmental coach is Kenny Atkinson. He's a guy who left the Nets because there was too many egos. But maybe he can help these guys develop too. So who knows? So we got Kenny Atkinson, Tyronn Lue, and Jason Kidd. Those guys, be on the lookout. The 76ers job is a good job, but we'll see.
All right, we'll see. Well, Kobe says he agrees. Simmons needs a mentor, and of course, as always, we always like to recognize those who always watch. Deuces Dad 11, what's up, brother? We're in.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So okay. I got one more for you. I want to get your thoughts. When you first see something like this, Cam Newton at practice getting it in. Look at Julian Edelman off to the side. What is this guy doing? Tom Brady would never act like this. Your thoughts, sir, when you see something like this, Cam not conforming to the Patriot way, obviously.
Oh, what are we here? Are we ESPN? What are we?
He's jamming, bro. The whistle blew. Do your high knees.
You get a bell for this.
I get a bell.
You get a bell for this.
I get a bell. Look at Julian Edelman's face. Look at his face right there. Number 11. Look at his face. He's like, what is this guy doing? What is he doing? What is he doing?
How do we know that that's what he's? How do we know that that's what he's saying right now?
Because he ain't dancing with him, and that ain't the Patriot way.
This is. We're not that show, okay? We're not gonna sit up here and speculate about video. What's my first thought? You're getting my first thought. This is what we wanted, and I'm gonna support my guy Cam because you know I'm a Cam fan. But this is what we want to do because
thanks for putting your bias.
Cam gonna do this? Yeah, of course. Is Cam gonna do this? Is Cam gonna do that? Is Cam gonna do this? Now he's with the Patriots. Can he do this? And now we're watching videos of the man having a good time, being himself, and now he has to be judged. This is how he is regularly. If you watched the behind-the-scenes Amazon Prime on them, he's a regular live guy at practice. So now because he plays for the Patriots, he can't have energy. He can't. This is news. You know why it's news? Because the boring old Patriots weren't doing it that way, and they were winning championships. So now they can't keep winning and bring somebody in. I got news for you, people. They ain't winning a championship anyway. So you might as well get used to it and let the man be himself. That's the only way great players, they're great. You let them be themselves. Let this dude be great. Let him be his own self. They'll learn to like it. They probably already like it, and we're just watching a video and speculating. This is ridiculous. I can't believe we relegated ourselves to this. This is horrible. I'll put some. Go ahead, speak your piece.
Tom Brady
I'll put some thoughts of some others. He wouldn't. That's a given.
That's all I'm saying. Tom Brady wouldn't do that.
So, in other words, you're doing this to crucify my guy.
I'm not doing it to crucify him. My first reaction when I first saw the video was I cringed.
Why?
Like what are you doing? Like it's like
he's
you're trying
to music.
You're trying to go overboard to see if somebody says something to you.
Oh,
like God. It feels like you're habitually line stepping just to see what somebody does. I don't. It's extra. It's unnecessary. Just go through the walkthrough.
It's normal. It's normal. Cam Newton
mid walkthrough to go and do the Will Smith.
He's not doing. It's not like he's doing it while they're running plays. They're not in a live session. It's walkthroughs, people. This is what we're doing. We're monitoring video during warm-up.
Put Kobe's comment back up there. It looks like he doesn't take it serious. That's the issue. That is a perfect comment. It looks like perception, right? You're our perception guy. Perception.
We've determined this from him dancing during warm-ups. This is what we've done. It doesn't look like he doesn't take it serious during the game. It doesn't look like he doesn't take it serious during practice. Like when they're actually practicing. It looks like he doesn't take it serious during warm-ups.
He wasn't just in the pocket. He just wasn't in there, He was in that joint. He was getting it in.
I do that. I just put that comment up. I'm not gonna say it.
They cheat anyway. All right. Okay.
No, I've never done that dance before, Kobe. However, if I did it during warm-ups, it doesn't mean I'm not focused and I don't take it serious.
Bro, like you are on another one right now. You are on another. Imagine that we're going through cows in practice right now, and a kid just stops middle of cows and goes. You'll be like, "What are we doing here?" Everybody take a lap.
It's not the same. We're not trying to get 10 and 11-year-olds focused. No, we're talking about professionals. Thank you. Deuces Dad 11. We're talking about practice.
Yes.
That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
We're talking about practice.
Cringeworthy.
We're talking about warm-ups.
Because as soon as he starts sucking, Eric gonna be like, "Well, you should have took it serious."
That's not his problem. That is the media's problem, and we don't have to be that show. We don't have to judge poor performance on him doing a dance while warming up. We don't.
Okay.
Watch Hard Knocks. Listen to how they talk during warm-ups. Listen to the singing that goes on.
They're talking.
Listen to
Aaron Donald ain't jamming in the middle of the thing. I'm just saying, man, you going too light on the people you like.
It's not true. It's not true.
All right. Well,
I sense there's Cam haterism in this. In is happening.
I don't hate Cam. I don't hate Cam at all.
There's some of the people commenting, I think, are haters of Cam.
My initial thought was I cringed when I saw that on my timeline. I absolutely like, oh, why are you doing that? Like, chill. I ain't saying like all the way just conform, put yourself in a bottle. You know, Ocho Cinco, they tried to, snip me at my man parts. Just be yourself, but just like rein it in a little bit. It's like the third day of practice, dude. Chill out. But
all these parameters we're putting all these rules on a guy that has been consistently like this. Okay. Nobody, and here's the thing: nobody says this when he's winning an MVP. Nobody has an issue when they're in the Super Bowl. Nobody has issues then.
They obviously got an issue if you was a free agent for 125 days and nobody wanted to pick you up, and now you're playing for the veteran minimum just to get a job.
Bad shoulder.
How about you just act like you want the job? How about
bad shoulder and COVID?
Hey, a lot of people got picked. Phillip Rivers got a job. All right, so if Phillip Rivers can get a job, you would think that
Phillip Rivers wasn't coming off of 2 shoulder surgeries.
All right.
For the record, I like New England. I want to see them do well. All he has to do is stay in line. Spoken just like a New England Patriot fan. Stay in line. Don't have any personality. Just stay in line.
Brock was the biggest personality they had, but he didn't do crap like that. Come on, man.
Nope, he did. He danced after touchdowns, and he did some dances he shouldn't have done either.
Scored a doggone ball, and damn right you can dance.
Cam's gonna score the ball. How about we let players be players?
Cringeworthy.
I had a player who never had his shoes tied and his tape on, but I didn't yell and scream. We just let him be him. He always had his tape late and his shoes tied, but he balled out.
Cam's tape the last year or so is trash. So let's not act like he's still balling out here.
He has like 4 games. Injury.
He has to prove himself.
Okay.
Again.
He can prove himself, and he does not have to walk in a straight line during warm-ups either. He can do his dance.
Nobody wants to be teammates with the trash class clown. You could be the class clown and be cold. You could be cold and be the class clown. But if you trash and you still joking around, nobody got time for that.
See, this is why our show never goes the right limit, because we get this is what you love, people. I hope this is what you love about our show, because there are weeks where we agree, and there are weeks where he likes to fire me up. And now, you and those in the chat are trying to fire me up.
Listen, COVID, like you giving COVID, he was a free agent forever,
and he couldn't work out and prove that his shoulder was right because of COVID.
Right, but it's still on his talent and his merit alone. He should have got a job because he's Cam Newton. I'm pretty sure if Tom Brady had a torn rotator cuff, they still would sign him and rehab him back. Kevin Durant had a torn Achilles. He still got a max contract.
I just want to know what this all has to do with dancing during warm-ups.
Bro, we trying to win
the
Patriot way.
The two don't. Oh, is the Patriot way we don't dance during warm-ups? Or did they just never put it on video because it wasn't Cam Newton?
Somebody email Joel or me a video of Tom Brady dancing during practice, and I'll shut up.
It's not going to happen.
Thank you. All right, next topic. Eric said he has a job because of COVID.
Well, don't forget to follow us on IG and YouTube. You can see in the bottom corner. You can follow us on IG at Academy Sports Show. You can follow us on YouTube at Academy Sports Show. You can also follow us individually on IG, and you can also follow us on Facebook at Academy Sports Show. So we'll add our Academy IG and all that, but you guys know where to find us. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight in the live feed. You see, there's a lot of comments. You see how this show works. You say something, we post it. We throw you out there, and whatever you say, you're responsible for. And if you ever want to be involved in the show, like if you ever want to literally get on camera with us and get into a nice, wonderful discussion with us, hit us up directly. We will put you on the show. All we need is an email address. We'll send you a link, bring you into the studio with us, and we will go live. And matter of fact, we got to make sure we get Sports Stat Heath on the next show because it's NBA time. And plus, you know, he claims that we're always double teaming him. So we got to let him speak his piece.
All right. I try to tag a couple more people in the show, see who show up.
Hey, thank you, Stu. See? Stu says, I'm sure Gronk was dancing during warm-ups. Thank you. Just wasn't worth – just somebody didn't post it on video. Why? Because the slanted media doesn't want to show that. They want to show Cam dancing so we can have these discussions about how Cam is not allowed to dance.
Two things. Has Gronkowski ever danced during practice? I'm sure he has. But Gronkowski backed up every game. And he had merit and clout with the coaching staff and his teammates. Cam Newton has no merit, no clout with anybody on that roster right now. You understand? None.
That's impossible.
Zero.
That's impossible. These guys have all been in the league with this guy. These guys have been in the league with this guy. They know what he can do. Leonardo said Drew Brees had his shoulder operated on and got a job with this. That's not even a fair. Drew Brees is.
Yeah, that was before he was Drew Brees, though. That's a legit statement. That was before he was Drew Brees. Because they had a decision to make. That was before he was Drew Brees.
What's up, Nick?
That's all I'm saying. What's up, bro? That's me tagging people.
Sorry.
All right. So that's the episode. That's the episode. That's the first installment of your first thoughts. I'll have more things coming through each week, and we'll thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Can I get a bell for that? Can I get a thank you?
Get your own bell.
That'll be the first installment of that game, and we'll start off each show with that, and I'll find little snippets. If you got something, go ahead and DM me on IG, and we'll put that up as well. If something that you say, hey, man, we want to see y'all reactions to things like this. So that is the first installment of that. And now we pivot over to a new game as well. A new game called Who You Got, the NFL edition of Who You Got. We got different scenarios, different quarterbacks, running backs, and we'll lead this up into the NFL season of Who You Got put together. I think these slides here are who do you think will have the best season? All right. So if you got the first one.
Better season. Man, this is dangerous. This is so dangerous.
Cam did get snubbed on free agency, but it's on. Yeah, that is true, bro. All right. Who you got? Better 2020 season, Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes?
Better 2020 season. I'm going with Pat Mahomes. I'm going with Pat Mahomes. I think that there's going to be a NFL defensive adjustment made on Lamar Jackson. Not to where like he gets shut down. I'm not about to make some crazy prediction. I think the dude's still going to have a dog year. I don't think he's going to have a record-breaking year like he did last year because I do think and trust that defensive coordinators in this league are real. And once you get enough film and you get a nice COVID break where you get to spend time quarantine watching film, I really do believe that there is going to be a little bit of a drop back from Lamar. But that's still going to be astronomical performance level because these two guys are just really good. So If I'm going heads up, I'm taking Mahomes. And I also believe in the Madden curse, man. I just pray this guy don't get hurt, bro. I'm sorry. It's real. It is real, and we know it's real.
Pat Mahomes was on Madden, and he won the MVP.
Oh, okay. Then has it been broken?
Yeah. I mean, we'll see.
We'll see.
AB was on Madden, and then he got cut and got out the league. So
and then
50-50.
Isn't there like a Sports Illustrated curse too? Like cover Sports Illustrated
I think
curse?
so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm worried about those, man. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get superstitious.
I understand. Like, here's the thing. Like, Pat Mahomes going to get him on passing yards.
Yes.
They're not a run-heavy team, but I think the combined yardage of Lamar on the ground and Lamar in the air will be more than what Patrick Mahomes can throw.
Okay.
And I think Mahomes can go. Is a 5,000 guy. I think he can get to 5,000, especially with the weapons that he has. Everybody coming back. He does lose an offensive lineman due to COVID. We'll see how everything else goes. But the biggest blow to Lamar Jackson's campaign is he lost one of his starting tight ends. And in that offense, the tight end is everything.
Right.
So he had Hayden Hurst and Andrews. I think Andrews left. So he's going to be relying on his legs a lot more. Will defenses catch up to him? I don't know. With this strange season, a lot of guys have opted out. A lot of schemes might be disadvantaged to handle him. So, and then I think the AFC North is probably a easier division to ball in than the AFC West. So,
but they don't have to. That's only what's that? 2-4. That's 6 games though.
That's
right?
Almost half the schedule, yeah.
Okay. Well, you got 10 games against other folks.
You do. But I'd rather not go against Aaron Donald and stuff like that. But still, even with that LA game, he threw like 400 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So like his numbers are crazy. And the only reason I'm making excuses for Pat Mahomes, but the only reason Pat Mahomes wasn't MVP because he had to sit out half the season with the knee injury.
Right.
So he didn't have the numbers, and that's why Lamar won. But Lamar was just so electric and just so crazy and so video game like, he definitely earned that MVP nod. Now him being number 1 in the in the NFL 100, I don't know about all that. I think that came out. I think they made that list before.
I mean, players make, they always say that's why they don't let players vote for all-star games because players make different decisions. But, Mahomes again.
Yeah. But for this question, I do think Lamar Jackson will have statistically the better 2020 season than Patrick Mahomes. They might win the Super Bowl again, but I think statistically, I think Lamar Jackson will have the better season.
So can you clarify next time pre-show that you're asking me statistically who's going to have the better season? Because,
it doesn't say who has the better season.
I know, but now statistically, yeah.
You thought I'm asking win-losses? Like,
I was just talking about better. Like, how you say better in general versus better. Like, statistically, yes, I think Lamar can win that every year because of the run-pass balance of things. He gets that extra category of statistics. But, we judge better differently. Sometimes we judge it by, Super Bowl or playoffs or win-loss record, things like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. We'll see. The jury will be out, and it is we're getting a great response tonight. Look at the people in the building.
Yes,
like they believe in the curse, and we got a lot of people saying Pat, and we got a few people saying LJ. So what's up,
Pat
Pops?
Can't do it again. He can't. Was that a typo, Aaron? He can't do it.
He just can't.
That's a typo.
I don't know.
That's a typo. It's got to be a typo. He can't? That's so definitive.
Kobe. Oh, thank you. Kobe's agree. I got Kobe to agree with me a little bit tonight because clearly I'm saying COVID too much. But
it's a true statement. I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, I think like if we're starting a draft right now, Pat Mahomes is number 1. Like he has the most upside.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying statistically, and I guess that's how I flipped it in my view. Statistically, I think that LJ is going to have the better season. Ooh.
He said can't. Well, that's why we record these shows. We might have to come back and remind you about that later on this season. Let's Aaron, let's be a little more specific. What can't he do? Like,
Aaron, get on camera, sir. We will send you a link.
We will send you a link.
We will send you a link so you can come on this show right now to defend your point. Because that is a strong statement.
We don't understand exactly what you mean.
Ooh, can't? Like, he can't win the Super Bowl again? Okay, yeah. That has wiggle room. Like, he can't ball again? Like, I don't understand. Like, I think you are the only person on that boat in the world.
Listen, if you want to get on the show, you're the only one on that boat in the world. If you want to get on the show and you would love to argue your point on camera, email us right here, academysportshow@gmail.com. Dre will get your email. We'll send out a link and we'll let you come on the show and say your piece. But he's saying can't. We're interested to know specifically what can't he do. I think it's fair to try to say can't win a Super Bowl again because it takes more than him to win that Super Bowl. But like I said, let's let the man express his can't. Like, what is he actually saying there? So Stu says stat-wise, better numbers. Yeah, see, so it depends on how you view that better piece, right? So but that's still a good one. Wait a minute. Defensive coordinators are planning for Lamar. I agree. Wow. He cannot have a season the same year like he had last season.
I got to.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that, but we're allowed to disagree. Cuz this is season number 3, right? Or 4. What is this?
And he only played so many games.
What season number are we in for Pat?
At least 3, right?
Right.
Or 4 because he sat out his
4.
rookie.
He sat out his rookie year, right?
All right, hook me up.
All right,
pop me up.
All right, here we go.
Am I up?
You're up. Yep. Can you zoom that a little bit?
No.
Okay, no
At
problem.
least I don't
worry
know.
about it. Okay.
2019. All right.
Yeah.
He threw for 4,000 yards and 26 touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
Yep.
And he only played
half
the season.
Yep, playing half the games.
So if he played another half of the season, you would think that's 2,000 to 3,000 more yards, at least double the touchdowns, and even double the interceptions. Would have been less interceptions he's thrown all year.
He would have had another 2018 season.
He's been active for 3 years and sat out his 4th year. That's crazy. Or maybe he started his first year, a couple games.
Yeah, it looks like this is year 4. So yeah, that he played a little bit in his first year, in his first season.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So I don't know. The stats say that he can repeat it. Definitely.
He played 14 games last year, and 3 of those were playoff games. So he only played 11 games out of 16.
Right.
So he missed 5 whole games last year. Jeez.
You definitely feel some type of way.
Ooh, nobody in the world thinks that way. So, nobody.
Hey, listen, he's standing on his statement. He doesn't think he can do it again.
Yeah, that's the third time he said that.
He's a great player, but he doesn't think he can do it again. Hey, we'll respect it. We will, and that's why they play the game. That's why they play the game. All right.
We got 2 more to run through.
We got 2 more.
Thank you for all the engagements on that one, man. That was great. That is great. We definitely appreciate it. Once again, academysportshow@gmail.com. If you're feeling froggy, send us an email and we will get you on screen so you can prove your point to us if you feel strong enough about it. If not, the comment section is wide open and things are being said. All right.
All
right,
here we go. Next one. Queuing it up. Here we go.
Up. Who you got? Better 2020 season, Christian McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley?
This one to me is the easiest one out of the three. This is Christian McCaffrey all day. Ugh. Now I'm gonna take your route. I'm gonna flip it in my head and go with statistics. 100%, bro. Like it's just too much. He's gonna end up in a situation McCaffrey is where he's getting the ball, via the air, on the ground. He's like the focal point of the offense.
Right.
Saquon is gonna be as well, but I think offensively the two schemes, I think Christian McCaffrey comes out better here because schematically they're gonna head towards McCaffrey more. With the Saquon option, they're gonna try to play action a little bit. Also, remember they have a quarterback that they drafted early that they believe in. They believe he's the next guy. When they drafted him, we were all like, who? So I can't even name him right now. So
Daniel Jones.
Thank you. So at the end of the day, it's gonna, and there's no quarterback in Carolina. So even though I know there is, so I think it's gonna go through McCaffrey. Who's the quarterback in Carolina? It's
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, Teddy. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey all day. Christian McCaffrey all day.
Oh, Teddy.
Oh, man. Oh, let me stop here.
Oh, man. Listen, Teddy. I'm going – we on the same page, Leo. I'm going Saquon on this one, bro. Reason why.
Really? Okay.
Both of these franchises have new coaches, right?
Yep.
New schemes, new things happen. Now, Teddy Bridgewater, decent quarterback, yet to see how he is with a whole franchise behind him. Now is the time, right? Christian McCaffrey, yes, he is their best passing option. He's their best rushing option. The same reasons you gave for Lamar Jackson, you would think that people would start keying on Christian McCaffrey out the backfield, Christian McCaffrey, loading the box, things of that nature. The thing with Saquon is his coach, Jason Garrett now, like his offensive coordinator, rather, Jason Garrett, he ran that thing with Zeke. Like, he ran that thing. He made Zeke one of the top rushers in the NFL. So you bring that same scheme over to New York, I think Saquon getting the ball 25, 30 times a game. I think he's going to have the better statistical season. I think they both teams are going to suck win-loss wise. I think Carolina might have a small edge on that one, but the NFC South is ridiculous now, so it's going to be hard for them to get wins. At least the NFC East, you can squeak out some games here or there. That's kind of like a muddied division. But I think the formula is give Saquon the ball, and I think that's new with Jason Garrett as his offensive coordinator. I think the new coach, never been a coach before, so he'll defer to Jason Garrett on a lot of the offensive things, and he's going to put up Ezekiel Elliott numbers.
Well, I think that was a great presentation on why statistically that he could be better. I think you have the right scheme, you have the right mindset. Here's my issue with picking Saquon. The offensive line in New York sucks. Okay? The offensive line in Dallas is always really, really good.
True.
So it's really easy to run that thing behind that offensive line that has usually got some future Hall of Fame left tackle and a couple of Pro Bowlers on it.
True.
The offensive line in New York is horrible.
Very true.
The scheme in Carolina is the old Baylor scheme that made Baylor a big name in the Big 12, which we know they don't defend in the Big 12, but it's okay. They do throw that pill around, and they throw it around a lot. And there's some really good running backs that have come out of the Big 12 that have been successful in the league. So I think that McCaffrey has the advantage there because I think his scheme is going to fit better in an environment where it's going to be easy for Teddy Bridgewater, easier, I'll say, for Teddy Bridgewater than it will be for Saquon, because I think teams are going to be able to load the box against Saquon, and then once they load the box, they're going to try to make what's his name, Daniel. What's his name, Daniel? What?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. I got his first name. They're gonna try to make Daniel Jones beat him, and so I think that's where, unfortunately, Saquon's going to take a hit for that, as opposed to, there being the advantage
it's
there.
the same way. Like if I'm scheming against both these teams, you definitely want to make the quarterback beat you.
Oh, absolutely.
And not the running back. So they're both going to see loaded boxes. It's just McCaffrey's had more ways to affect the game recently.
Right.
But I think the coaching change, maybe coaches have guys. So
true.
They wanted Cam out of there so bad, and they got Teddy, and they think that's their guy. So they might want to try to highlight him a lot more. So I don't know. This one was a toss up for me. To you, it seemed like it was pretty much cut and dry. Huh?
Got you. This last one is disrespectful. I just want to say
it's a lot of. It's just I think it's a lot of McCaffrey's on this one.
Yeah, a lot of McCaffrey's. People agreeing with McCaffrey. You had Leonardo was with you on the scheme, the offensive coordinator piece. And let's see, Kobe say Eli was a great bailouter. For that reason, Barkley would not have that safety no mo. Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Like you said, I mean, we just said that, right? I mean, if you're gonna beat these teams, you're going into that week going, all right, we're gonna stop 26 and we're gonna stop 22. Yeah. And we're gonna make Daniel Lewis. What's his name? We're gonna make Daniel and Terry beat us.
I'm not even going.
There you go.
Try. All right.
This last who you got is disrespectful.
This last who you got is just for you, Joel.
No, this last who you got is a troll move.
It's just for you.
This is a troll move, sir. Like you literally did this as a troll move.
Who you got? Better 2020 season, Baker Mayfield or Joe Burrow? If anybody's wondering, I made the graphics.
Clearly.
Joel being a huge Cleveland Browns fan. But a huge
Ohio be my first one.
The Battle of Ohio.
This will be my first one of the year then. I guess this will be my first one since COVID. I gotta go ahead and give you guys one. No problem. I know what you're asking for. I'll give it to you. This is an easy no-brainer. It's disrespectful, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. And we got some haters already making comments. Kobe down here talking about some Burrow, no, not even question, but that's cool.
You gonna do it?
Cleveland! This is for you! Cleveland! This is Baker Mayfield all day.
So you picking Joe Burrow?
This is Baker Mayfield all day. This is Baker Mayfield all day. Sophomore slump is over. Time to move on. Baker Mayfield all day.
That's it? No analysis behind it? That sounds more like passion than analytics.
Okay. All right. Yep. Let me give you some analytics behind it. One, sophomore slump is over. All right. New coach. Better scheme. Coach is going to help him be successful. A coach that understands. Run the ball with Nick Chubb first.
What's your coach name?
Stefanski. Kevin. Okay. Formerly the OC of the Minnesota Vikings. Run the ball first. Play action. Use Nick Chubb. Use Kareem Hunt properly. Throw the ball.
But Baker Mayfield.
Throw the ball short. Throw the ball long. Went out and got a tight end. Go from Atlanta. Listen, we got all the right weapons with a coach that understands. Because Freddie was in over his head. It took me a half a season to admit it, but I finally did. We got a coach that knows how to call plays properly and use his weapons. Make it so it does not have to be the Baker Mayfield and everybody else show, and make it easy and comfortable for Baker. Easy season. Joe Burrow is going to have a good season, but the Bengals are going to suck, and he's going to get beat up so bad he may not make it through the season.
Listen, bro.
AJ Green? Are we talking about AJ Green? He doesn't even want to play.
But he's on the team, okay?
That's true. And he does have to be healthy.
Him, Tyler Boyd, Gio Bernard,
Who?
Joe Mixon.
Who?
They got weapons too.
Would you put any of them on your fantasy team?
I've had Tyler Boyd
You
on
took
my
too long.
team
You took
once.
too long.
I had him on my team once. AJ Green was usually on everybody's team, but he was hurt all last year.
Joe Burrow better than Beck. Come on, man. Like Aaron just said it. Stop.
No, I think he's telling you to stop.
No, he's not. He's in Cleveland. He better be telling you to stop. I hope he's telling you to stop.
Baker played like hot garbage last year. I mean,
that's a true statement.
Pile of stinking garbage. All right. So what do? You go get more weapons for Baker Mayfield.
That's right.
So hopefully he has a decent. That don't help him not throwing in the double coverage. All right. That don't help him not looking off the safety. It don't help him scout defenses better. He played like hot Atlanta Heat garbage in the sun. All right.
Play calling helps that.
That is true. When you call triple reverses in the first in the first series,
and I could telegraph. Dang it! He said Baker has to go. God.
Ooh.
Man, let's go, Baker. Have a good season, baby. Prove these guys wrong.
Get him out of here. Listen, Joe Burrow has the cojones to lift up an entire franchise.
I'm not listening to Aaron right now because he says that Pat Mahomes can't have the same season.
Oh, so first he was credible because he was Cleveland. Now he's not credible because he don't like Patrick Mahomes. All right. I feel like you've been real Drake in this whole episode. You've been in your feelings this whole episode. Cincinnati has their coach has already been there, so nothing new for all the other players. Joe Burrow is clutch gene in his veins, ice in his veins.
You barely believed in him last season when he was at LSU. Where did this come from? Yes,
that's right.
Oh, that's right.
He proved wrong. You just got to humble yourself. I'm okay with humbling myself sometimes. You're not okay with that. Sometimes you have to humble yourself, and this is me humbling myself. So if y'all want to pull up old footage of me going off on Joe Burrow, that's okay because I humbled myself because he proved me wrong. And now I'm on that horse. I'm on the Joe Burrow horse. Okay. All right? Just because you put a whole bunch of stars on a team don't mean they're going to be any good. Now you got a brand new coach, a guy ain't never been a head coach before, and now you expect him to be good. Cincinnati has good players. I'm not saying they have great players. They have good players, and I'm going with the Bengals, and I'm going with Joe Burrow to have the better season.
Okay.
Wins, losses, and statistically better than Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Yeah.
I want a dumpster fire that is the Cleveland Browns to continue to burn.
Right, because you want him to burn alongside the Lions. I know. I understand. We can't. It's not okay for us to have a good. I can't. If I have a good team, you're going to hear about it. So I know you want my teams to be good. You're doubling down.
Burn.
Okay, not a problem. I have to go back right here though to Stu. Cincinnati still has the better defense and offensive weapons with a decent offensive line. This dude, Stu Buchanan, just said, oh, now I get why he said it. Let's put this comment up. I don't trust Sugar Beckham. Okay. So you have some personal feelings against him, but this
is the In My Feelings episode. We can label that on the podcast.
Whatever. Better offensive weapons, sir.
No, he says the offensive weapons
has better defense and offensive weapons. Better defense and offense. Sir, name those players again. Name them again. Go ahead. Joe Mixon. Go ahead. I'll wait. Joe Mixon.
I didn't say
Nick
this. So listen, they have good offensive
Can we compare?
weapons.
Can we just take a moment and compare? Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. Who you got? Don't be that guy.
You asking me? You asked you.
Don't ask me. Stu can comment, but I want to hear from you. You're the co-host. I want to hear from you. Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. Who you got?
I'm taking Nick Chubb, man.
Thank you. Odell Beckham, AJ Green. Who you got?
Listen, every matchup that you bring up, I'm picking a Clevelander.
Okay.
Except for Baker Mayfield over Joe Burrow.
All right, you're right. And that was the original question.
Who's the most important person on the football field is the quarterback.
All right.
I'm taking Joe Burrow over Baker Mayfield.
I got you. I can't
have a dude with a belly bigger than mine playing quarterback.
He came into camp this year as he's already lost that weight. We ain't worried about all that. But that's okay. I got Clevelanders in the chat that ain't Browns fans. I got it's all over the place tonight. It's all over the place. But we appreciate you guys joining us as always in our live feed. We're playing a little bit of NFL Who You Got. Actually, we're wrapping up NFL Who You Got. That was our last Who You Got. And that Who You Got was set up by Dre, as you can see. And he did that on purpose because this whole show was designed to take shots.
I know how to drive the content, guys. I know how to drive the content.
Okay. Since he has weapons.
Yeah. I think I figured that's where he was going.
Okay.
It's got a lot to do with the coaching, and Burrow has a great offensive coordinator at LSU, but the NFL is a whole nother beast. Baker Mayfield has all of the weapons, but didn't have coaching last year. I think they upgraded Cleveland's coaching. I think he meant Dre shush.
Yeah, he doesn't mean Dre. But we got it. All right, cool.
Listen, I don't normally go for the rookie, but when you see rookie quarterbacks come into the league, right? They usually take off. They usually take off 9 times out of 10. It's not
on a good team. On a good team.
On a good team. A lot of rookie quarterbacks. Like what's old boy? Close the door. Even the Cardinals quarterback. What's the little fella?
Oh yeah, from Oklahoma.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. He had a good statistical season. They didn't win a lot of football games.
Yeah.
But you can see the maturation coming. You can see that he's going to turn into a good football player.
Cincinnati is a worse dumpster fire than Cleveland was. Like, Cincinnati was horrible.
They were horrible, but I feel like the next step was to get a good head, and I feel like their quarterback is a good head.
Okay.
I feel like the same way, like sometimes I feel like Baker, going back to Cam Newton, I feel like you don't take it serious.
According to the reports, a whole new Baker in camp this year. So we'll see. That's what the reports say. I'm going with what the reports say.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, I'm not going with feelings here. I'm going with what the writers are saying.
I know.
Writers are saying he showed up to camp, better shape. He also came out and said, he's already come out and said, I got caught up in the hype last year, so we just got to see what happens at this point.
You have to believe that. Yeah, same thing. I get the Lions email every week. I understand. All right, so that was the game this week's Who You Got. If you got any Who You Gots, let us know. And you can DM us directly. There's our Instagrams. If you want to compare two guys, it don't always have to be NFL. It can be NBA. Hell, it can be baseball. It could be boxing. I know D hit me up this on my last post, said you guys should talk boxing. I said, hey, bring your butt in the chat and throw something at us and we'll talk about it. So we are open to everything. So if you got any topics or anything that you want us to talk about, go ahead and DM us at Instagram. Everybody got an IG. Or you can comment on the show after the show's over. We read all the comments, obviously, and let us know what you want us to talk about. All right, so we can make a hard pivot over to, as you see on the lower third, Luka Doncic and Paul George. That epic game yesterday. Were you watching that game when I texted you?
Bro, yes.
Oh my God! Like it
Yes.
was big shot after
Yes.
big shot, big play after big play.
Oh my goodness.
And it came down to the end, and it came down to Luka Doncic down one, hitting a huge shot to win the game and to tie up the series 2-2 with the Clippers. I mean, this guy had me screaming at the television. I haven't screamed at the television in so long. Every shot, woo! Like I was in, because I was home by myself. I was in there just going nuts. And I text you, I was like, bro, you have to be watching this game. This dude is a beast. And I'm so glad you was unoccupied and you got a chance to watch that game.
Yes.
Watching it live. Like I didn't want to pause. I didn't want to be behind because that game live was excellent.
Yes. Like I literally was having the same reaction you were having at the same exact time. Like screaming so much so that when I called you, I think on FaceTime, literally we were both screaming when you answered the phone. Like, and you know those moments where you literally, like, you know, you got a feeling something's about to happen. And as soon as he got the ball, you had that feeling. And so, like, literally when he got the ball off of the wonderful play call, the way they were able to get him open, and he got the ball, bro, I stood up on my seat. Because
switches.
Oh, my God. Crazy.
Here you go. You want to relive it? I got it.
You got it? I was wondering if you remembered to cue it up.
There we go. Let's relive this moment. Let's relive this moment together.
All right, we're in.
We're in? All right.
Yep.
Finney Smith the inbound. Back to Doncic.
Ugh.
Oh, gosh. Ah! This
He double banked it, though.
Yep.
Bang! Bang! Oh, my God, man.
It's my...
Oh, the announcer is horrible, but that was such a great shot. It was such a great game, bro. I was rooting for them the whole game. I do not like the Clippers. One more time.
One more time. That's crazy, bro. Ooh, skates. Ooh, skates. Ooh, oh.
Woo!
It's mine in your own language.
Oh. It was
crazy, bro.
Nasty, bro. It was nasty. Yes, Hardaway Jr. and Lil Steph. Come on, man. Can he be Seth now?
Seth.
Can
he be Seth?
Can he be Seth?
Lil Steph. Don't do him like that. He deserves to be called Seth. And yes,
you could. He was doing this thing.
Yes, bro. The Michigan Connection was in the building yesterday.
Oh, man.
Oh, the Michigan Connection was in the building. Yeah, I agree, Leonardo, because I'm guilty of they were up by 10, and they were starting to key in on Luka, and he was starting to do a lot of ISO and wasn't getting good shots, wasn't making good passes. And I'm guilty. I texted Dre and said, hey, I don't know if Luka's ready for the moment. Like, he's balling, but I don't know if he's ready for the moment.
Because he passed, before the end of regulation, he got in the paint, but he passed it out.
He was passing the rock.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe not yet. But then, as it started to unfold, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was wrong. I'm glad I said that before he hit that shot, because then I would have been the dummy.
That boy is real, man.
That boy is bad.
He is real.
That boy is bad.
I say, I can't remember what he said. I mean, who said it on what platform? But he was like,
oh.
If you listen to this in podcast, I suggest you go to the YouTube
and read
these comments.
read these comments.
Start over or go to the timestamp of 1 hour and 4 minutes. Go back and read.
Oh gosh.
Oh man, listen. I don't think they lost on purpose, man.
Sorry to throw you off there, but when I saw it, I was like, I gotta post it.
Luka did his thing though. Like this, I mean, just to sum it up, I mean, I caught the game right after the comeback. So I think I caught the game right before the end of halftime. Because the announcers were saying they was down 20.
They were down, yeah, they were down a lot.
Before, and when I cut the game on, I came back from a walk. I cut the game on, and it was close going into the half. And I'm like, oh, they cut the lead down from 20. It could be a game. And then, the spin, layup, get to the cup, layup, the drive all the way in, give you a little nudge so you can't flop on me, and then fade away in the paint, make the shot, drive all the way, wrap around, throw the dime in the corner to Trey or Curry. Man, and then Tim Hardaway Jr. just making big shot after big shot, all without Porzingis. The Mavs, they was rough last year.
How about the fact that every time Luka makes a shot, he talks mad trash though? Like, where does this happen? Like, they overseas playing man. Like this? Yeah. Like this every shot, man, he talking
mad trash.
Mad trash, bro. Like after every single shot.
And one. He talking trash to the rest.
I'm like, bro, you on fire, but he backed it up though. Like he backed it up.
He backed it up. And let's take a hard pivot to the trash can that's been Paul George. Like, brother, he ain't nowhere to be found. He missing every shot. He ain't even trying to take it to the rack. I mean, you're not even trying to step up defensively. Kawhi had to say, "Hey, I got him." Like Paul George didn't even say, "Hey, I got." Like even if you're not on, at least step up defensively. He was nowhere.
I don't even know if stepping up defensively helps right now because that's stepping up against Luka Doncic. But still, no. I get it. Like this guy has not been. He's disappeared. Like I don't know. And this is where we thought this was going to be one of those situations where the depth of the Clippers was going to, just beat everybody. I mean, and really make the situation interesting for them and the Lakers when it all came down to it. But if Paul George plays like this, I mean, I don't want to go out there and say the Clippers can't win because remember, and I know they're a good team right now in the East, but remember who took the Raptors all the way to the finals last year by himself with his supporting cast. Okay, with his supporting cast. They're a good team, but they definitely have the depth still to win. But Paul George has not shown up in this series, not like we thought, not like we expected him to, not like he has in the past on other teams, and it's been very disappointing.
Yeah, I saw this and I thought this was funny. Oh man. Let's see. Like he didn't sign up for that. he didn't sign up for that.
The world of just social media.
Kawhi Leonard is finally feeling the effects of trying to carry a team for truly the first time in his career. I wholeheartedly agree with that because you're on the Spurs, which was loaded, and then you went to Toronto, which you had a great coach or good coach, now currently coach of the year. I guess he's leaning into great.
Yeah,
right?
He's got a championship.
Great support staff, Gasol, Ibaka, Van Fleet, and Siakam, who's turned into an all-star, who almost had a better playoffs or a better finals than you. Now you're on this team, and you thought you had a two guy. You thought you had a guy, right? You thought you had a guy, and he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It really is. It's disappointing.
Lou
He's
Williams
been
is better too than Paul George at this point.
yeah, and if Paul George could just give you a little bit of Paul George,
They
then
would have
that
won
would be
that
a
game.
three-headed. That's a three-headed monster all
Yeah, they
day.
would have won
Because
that
Lou
game.
Williams is going to give you mad game off the bench all the time. So about benching him, that's a little much, but definitely he is not he's not playing up to his potential. He's getting toasted in the playoffs on the regular. Get out of this series, and another shot at me today. This is take shot at Jay Will. That was good though. He gets a bell for that. He gets a bell for that. That's pretty good.
Oh man.
He gets a bell.
Yeah. So I guess that was funny. So I guess we can pivot over to the playoffs. Let me if you can give them where to find us at.
Yeah, I apologize. I was supposed to be doing that, right? We always take a little moment as we shift gears and move into our final topic of the day. As always, we appreciate you guys, man. This has been actually a great show. We hope you're enjoying our new platform that is a lot more interactive than our previous platform. We are live streaming right now. If you listen to us in podcast land, we are live streaming on YouTube and on Facebook. From our YouTube page at Academy Sports Show and from our individual Facebook pages at Joel Williams and at Andre Douglas. You can follow us on IG at Dre_on_air or at JWillow2, or you can follow us on YouTube at Academy Sports Show. And make sure you click the subscribe, make sure you click the bell so you'll know where we are. In most cases, you can find us every Monday here live, 7 o'clock p.m. We change it up sometimes because we're dads too, and we don't have a lot of coaching to do this year because our season was postponed. So most likely we'll be here every Monday. But we are dads, and we do have children. We are husbands. We do have wives, and they do overrule sometimes with our schedule. So you can find us here. But as always, again, we appreciate you guys joining us. You can also find us if you ever want to go back and listen. You can watch our live feed on YouTube, or you can check us out on the iTunes app. Download the iTunes app. If you already have an iPhone, you should have it. The iTunes podcast app. Look us up, Academy Sports Show. You can find us there. As we transition into our last topic, which is...
Yes, sir. So last topic, by the time we get back together next week, whether it be Monday or later, the playoffs would be over with the first round, and we'll be going into the second round. And we're going to try to put a bow on these series, try to predict what's going to come out of them. And so earlier today, we had the Bucks beat the Magic. They're up 3-1. The Thunder came back and beat the Rockets. Wow, 119-107. So now that series is 2-1. What'd you say?
What a waste.
Looks like they're – at first I thought they were going to really miss Russell Westbrook. But I guess this game they really did.
Today, Russell Westbrook got into a little spat with his former teammates out on the court.
This game, just sit on the bench and wear your mask, bro. Chill out.
Yeah, that's just chill out.
And then currently right now, the Pacers and the Heat are going. Miami's trying to go for the sweep, and they're up 62-54. The Jazz beat the Nuggets last night, 129-107. Both Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray both hit 40. So, I mean, that was great. So how do you see these games wrapping up? Let's start in the East because the Celtics and the Raptors are already wrapped up. So that means we're just looking for the Bucks and the Heat. We pretty much believe that they're going to wrap this up, right?
Yeah, Bucks wrapped up. Heat and Pacers, Heat wrapped up. We're done with the East. Aaron, to answer your question, we are not currently yet on Spotify, but we are looking into all the different platforms that we can post to.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, the East is done. Like the whole TJ Warren saga, that was over with after game one. Actually, that was over with before they even got into the actual matchup. The Nets, I thought, would be a little more competitive. The Raptors killed that. Everybody got so excited about the Magic and the Bucks. And come on, guys. Like, every year there's always a knee-jerk reaction. Come on.
Poor team.
So, Yeah.
All right. Well, let's pivot over to the West, where it's a little more drama-ish. Let's start with the Rockets and the Thunder. With this series being tied 2-2 now that the Thunder beat them today. I'm sorry, the score was 117-114 that the Thunder beat them. So Rockets got the first 2 games. Thunder got the next 2 games. How you see this series going? Maybe 7, maybe not. What do you think?
It's a waste of time. That's what I see. Like, come on. Like, oh, God. Like, we all know you want to see the Rockets make it to the next round because everybody wants to see Harden, and you really want to see does the Harden and Westbrook matchup work. We talked about this last year when this trade happened. What would this look like when they got to the playoffs? So that was the talk coming into this thing. Unfortunately, this series is now tied 2-2 because the Rockets don't know how to defend all the time, and the Thunder have like a 3-headed monster in themselves with their guard trio. That can be really dangerous if they play their way. They can get to the rim. You got a rebounder. He's an offensive rebound guy, so you know that you can out rebound the Rockets in most cases because the Rockets are going to play small ball. So, unfortunately, I think this series can go 7, but I do say unfortunately because I'll be honest with you, I don't want to see it go 7, but it can go 7 because neither one of these teams to me can really drop the hammer on somebody. Yeah, so if I had to make a prediction, I'm going Rockets in 7.
Yeah,
because I think it's too much Harden.
With that same analysis, Rockets in 7. I feel like Westbrook would come back for a game 7. That final piece to try to take them over the edge. I mean, you give 30 points to Dennis Schroeder. I mean, what were you really expecting? Like, you guys are playing zero defense.
It's called we couldn't play defense all the time in the bubble. Man, we had to give up sometime.
Chris Paul, Gilgeous-Alexander, and Schroeder, good 3-guard rotation. Throw in Steven Adams in there for your boards. And, and Hope Gallinari and guys like that contribute. And Thunder get a chance, but I'm hoping it's just too much James Harden at the end of the day. Unfortunately, like you, this goes 7.
Yeah.
So their opponent would be the winner of the Nuggets versus the Jazz, right? Yeah, 4-5.
Yes, because the 1 seed is the Lakers. No.
Oh no, they're with the Clippers Mavericks.
Yeah.
So Nuggets versus the Jazz right now.
Well, the winner of this gets Lakers Trailblazers because I think this is the 4-5 matchup, isn't it? Yeah. So the winner of this would be the 1-4 or 1-5, and the Clippers would play the winner. The Clippers and Mavs play the winner of Nuggets and Jazz.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so Nuggets and Jazz. Right now, Utah's up 3-1, which is shocking. I wouldn't have never.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I would have thought the Nuggets. A lot of Nuggets bandwagoners out there thought they had it all, but apparently too much Donovan Mitchell, and Mike Conley finally woke up. So, you think the Jazz will finish this off?
I think the Nuggets are going to get one more, but I think the Jazz are going to win this in 6. I think it's just going to be too much. I think Utah's playing really well, and you're up 3-1. I don't see a 3-1 comeback to Nuggets like we saw when Cleveland did it to the Warriors. So I don't I don't see that. I don't see one of those epic comebacks. The Nuggets just have something's not right there. I don't know if it's just not enough continuity or what. Just they haven't gelled really well in the bubble. They're well coached, and you have the right players. I mean, you got a point guard that, like you said, went off the other night, so they definitely haven't. And you got the Joker, and they got good role players. But I think the Jazz are just they're humming along right now, and I think the Jazz win this in 6.
Yeah, the Nuggets. I mean, Jamal. I'm sorry, I said 40, 50 ball. 50 ball from
Jamal. Yeah, they both put up 50.
29 from Jokic, Millsap, Jeremy Grant, but then everybody else is crickets. Michael Porter Jordan Jr. didn't step up. Torrey Craig, 19 minutes for 2 points. I mean, their rotation is very limited. You got guys playing 35 minutes plus.
And that's the thing. You got to look at Murray and Joker. give you. I mean, in the NBA, usually if you got a guy giving you 50 and another guy giving you dang near 30, you're probably gonna win. Unless you got another team that's
got another guy on the other side giving 50.
giving you 50, and then another guy giving you 17, 26, and 24. Like they have more depth.
Yep.
And I think that depth is going to win out, and they're going to win it in 6.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I'm not interested in this series at all. I haven't watched 1 minute of it, but I'm picking the Jazz. I'm picking the Jazz. I'm picking them to finish it. I believe more in Donovan Mitchell. I feel like he's ascended. So I heard this too, like when they were talking about the Mavericks, like this Mavericks team and this Luka Doncic isn't this season's. Like they feel like this is what they would have been next season. They had so much of a break to mature, work on their games, and come back. I feel the same way with Donovan Mitchell. Like Donovan Mitchell had, like this isn't last year's Donovan Mitchell. This is a next step Donovan Mitchell, just like we saw a next step Luka Doncic. And hopefully Donovan Mitchell continues to take that next step and they get the rest they needed so they can go ahead and finish off the Nuggets. Great disappointing season for the Denver Nuggets if they go out like this in the first round.
Yeah, I agree. Right, so considering where they were last year.
Yeah. Yep. Nowhere near. Clippers and Mavs. So we talked about this a little bit. Series tied 2-2. Which way are you swinging?
So this is tough because after that last game, you feel swayed to go that route, but this is still the NBA, and I'm not there yet. Clippers in 7. The Mavs have definitely proven that this is going to be a series. But I gotta trust the champ, man. I gotta trust that guy, Kawhi Leonard, man. It's like when the moment you want to kind of count him out, you don't think they're going to do it. He's done a good job of always being a really, really resilient guy and able to lead a team to a good place. And I don't know if Trey, Tim, and Seth, be respectful, right? I don't know if they can do that again. Trey had 25, Tim with 21. I don't know if they can do that again or 2 more times because I feel like Luka's going to get his. I feel like he needs them to be that again and be it efficiently because it wasn't just the fact that they did it, it was how they did it. It was like every time down the floor, it wasn't just Luka. It was Trey Burke getting to the cup. It was Trey Burke with a step back. It was Timmy with a 3. You know, it was the plays were happening in a way where it was like an onslaught of the Mavericks. Oh, and then by the way, you got this guy putting up 40 something. You know, like
you think
a triple double.
Insertion of Porzingis, it will lower the other guys' numbers. But do you think adding him still keeps them consistent in winning?
It helps, but it hurts. It's almost like
it helps.
Yeah, because you know how sometimes you plan for a certain thing, and then when that thing isn't there, it changes the scheme of things, and it takes you a half a game or so, and you look up, the game's over, and you didn't adjust really well, and so when they put Porzingis back in, that's the Dallas you prepared for. So I'm wondering if that hurts them a little bit, and it's still competitive. But I just don't think it's competitive enough for them to get out of this series. I think the Clippers are going to find a way to win this. And maybe Paul George wakes up in one of these games and gets a dub for them. But I think the Clippers escape. And next week we're talking about the Clippers advancing to the second round.
Bro, I'm going Mavericks. I'm on the train.
Whoa!
I'm on the train, bro. Because I'm looking at this breakdown, right? Dorian Finney-Smith, 34 minutes, 8 points. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, 19 minutes, 3 points. Those minutes could be Porzingis. Like, I can see him inserting himself and his minutes being in this lineup while Tim Hardaway Jr., Seth Curry, and Trey Burke still, contribute in a positive way. Will all three
Trey
of them
Burke going to give you 25
at the same time?
Yeah.
No. But if that's Porzingis 25 to 30, Tim Hardaway 15, Trey Burke 15, Steph Curry 15, that still works out.
It does, but I don't see.
Luka,
I'm not seeing Porzingis 25 to 30. I'm seeing Porzingis 15 to 20.
Ugh, you slow rolling, man.
And I don't think you get that same production out of it. To me, it's not even a matter of Porzingis. It's a matter of Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway, and Seth Curry.
Man,
that was some next level production we just saw.
Okay.
I don't think they sustain that for two more victories. Can they do it over the next 3 games? Yeah, but victory wise, I don't think you're gonna get a dub.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Here's a good question, Leonardo.
Because like you said, like if Paul George just has a decent game, Clippers win.
Yeah. So you're going out on a limb and going Mavericks because you don't think Paul George is going to show up for the rest of the series?
No, not at all.
Okay. Well, we will see. Leonardo says, I have a question. Clippers and Mavericks each. Leonardo says, I have a question. Clippers and Mavericks coach each won a title coaching. So the Mavericks win. Who's the better coach?
Oh, Rick Carlisle.
Yeah, all day. I let you go first on that one, but all day. Like just so you know, fans of the show, we are not fans of the coach of the Clippers. Neither one of us are. So, like, we barely can say his name. He's a leader of men. And we don't really mean that. Yeah. Like 100%.
Not a fan of his at all. That's funny that he asked that question. People are getting to learn us again. We've been on air for about 7-8 years now, but we still cool. We still got to let people know where we stand.
We're not big fans of the head coach of the Clippers at all. Kobe says he needs the Mavericks to play defense, needs Tim Hardaway to make all his free throws. Game over. That's a homer statement a little bit because he's a Michigan guy. It's not game over, but yes, making all of his free throws would help because him missing that free throw when he had the three shots definitely made the game a little closer than they kept going up by 5. All of a sudden it was up by 4, and then we had ourselves a game. But still, it's gonna take more than that. It really is. It's gonna take more than that to get these last 2 wins. I got Clippers in 7. Dre's got Mavericks in 7. That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it is. It is. And then lastly, we got Lakers and Trailblazers. That game comes on tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern.
We agree.
Lakers are up 2-1.
Yeah, as much as I want to root for Dame and the Blazers, bro, I just don't. It's not enough. It's just not enough. Don't have an answer. And the Anthony Davis that we've seen now for games 1 and 3, I think is the Anthony Davis that's probably going to show up again. They don't have enough. Dame has been Dame, and that's dope. And watching that was even better. And it's going to be a great story if they somehow could pull this out. But I'm sorry, man. LeBron is still LeBron, and I don't see him letting that happen. He still has that kind of control. And it's going to be a double Dame and get the ball out of his hand situation. And you can see when Dame becomes a volume shooter, like where he starts, well, not even volume shooter, when he doesn't take enough shots, he doesn't get a rhythm. And one thing they did in game 3 was they actually limited the number of shots he took. So when he was taking those shots, you hadn't seen him shoot in like 3 or 4 minutes. And so he never really found his rhythm. If he finds a rhythm, they're dangerous, but it's too much. I think the Lakers are going to end up winning this series 4-2. I think the Blazers are good. Dame and the Blazers are good enough to get one more. But I feel like the Blazers. The Lakers are going to win this in 6.
Yeah. Oh man, like I was hyped.
You're not picking 2 upsets.
No. I think like most people, we were really hyped for this series. Thought it was going to be real competitive, and at first it was really competitive. And now, like you said, I think the Lakers have found their stride. They found the formula. A lot of Anthony Davis early, LeBron to pace them. They just need their others to step up. I mean, Kyle Kuzma gave him 7 points. he definitely needs to step up. Dwight Howard,
KCP hit a lot of 3-pointers. That was big.
His corner three ball was great. I mean, Danny Green, he needs to, start being more active. But right now, this is pretty much all Anthony Davis and all LeBron James. And against the 8th seed, you would think that's all you need. But some of these other guys need to start getting in rhythm. J.R. Smith not scoring hurts. But
he didn't even play.
Blazers, you said he can't play?
He didn't play. I don't even think he saw the floor the other night.
Oh, yeah, he played for 9 minutes.
Oh, was it 9 minutes? Okay. That looked like a 0.
9 minutes. But, but the Blazers rotation is super small. So they need their others. Gary Trent Jr., Carmelo Nurkic, they need their others to really step up. But, yeah, I think this is LA in 6.
Well, there you have it.
There it is. I need the Mavericks to play defense. I don't think so. I can't stand the Clippers either. Yeah, I don't know. Lakers, but Blazers have 4 players that are out for the year that could have made it a series. Yeah, losing Collins hurt. Ariza not coming to the bubble hurts. They definitely got guys missing. But this is what they wanted. They wanted to play into the AFC to have a chance. So this is their shot. But unfortunately, Dame getting hurt, CJ, not being a elite caliber player, you're going against 2 top 5 guys. It's
a lot.
It's hard.
It's a lot.
All right. I think that's a bow. What about you?
Yep. Did good there.
All right. Well, hit us up at academysportshow@gmail.com if you want to be a sponsor or an affiliate, or if you have a brand, or if you have a product that we can product place or say, or anything, or a t-shirt or a hat or whatever you got. We are here for your business, just like this man's business. Mike Vaughn's Plumbing, both licensed and insured. Vaughn's Plumbing provides top quality services at great prices. Whether it's just getting up to cold waterproofing or daily home services, we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
VaughnsPlumbing.com. Gives you on the website, gives you a map of all the areas that they service, as well as the services that they provide. But we suggest you call the man.
313-304-7786.
Because that man right there is the real MVP. I gotta get my own bell, man. I don't know what's going on over there. You got too many things, producer, director.
Oh man, it's fun though. I'm getting the hang of this.
So you see our IGs down there. That's just if you guys want to DM us about sports content. If you want to see something on the show, DM us. Let us know. Follow us. If you want to be a part of the show, or if you want to share a link to the show. If you don't want to do it via Facebook, you can do it on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in Academy Sports Show, find our faces, click on our faces, subscribe to our faces, trigger that bell, and then you can share the feed from there. This should be up. It looks like the connection is maybe about 24 hours, maybe for this to show up on YouTube. But you can rewatch this on our Facebook pages as well. And then the Purple Podcast app on your iPhone, as well as SoundCloud app for Androids, is where we can do podcasts, and we'll try to get that podcast up this week as well. Follow us, search us, like us on everything. But the most important thing is to share. So that way we get more comments on the side, more opinions, and the show can run an extra 34 minutes like it did today.
Absolutely. Great job, everybody. We appreciate you guys joining us. As you heard Dre say, man, please share this thing. Share it. Join us next week. We'll be talking NBA playoffs some more, obviously, because we will be into the second round by then. Most of the series should be over with. So come back and join us, see if our predictions were right. See if the Mavericks upset the Clippers. Forgot that fast. Clippers. See if the Mavericks upset the Clippers. And, of course, we're moving closer and closer to the NFL season. So we're going to have to get into a little bit of fantasy talk. We got to find ourselves a fantasy league this year to join into.
Yeah. Stu hit me up. Today. He said, hey, y'all doing fantasy this year?
All right.
You're the next person that asked me, but I feel like we should monetize this one because you don't know if the season going to end, players going to get COVID and not play.
All right, so we'll do a bragging rights fantasy.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a bragging rights league this year because I ain't trying to give out a bunch of refunds if your player don't play because of COVID or the season get canceled because of COVID and stuff like that. So I think this is
pandemic fantasy.
So we got guys that were in last year's league that I'm going to hit up. If we got open spaces, I'm getting you in. So
Kobe said he's in.
Be on the lookout for an email from either me or Joel this week, and we can get this league started because I think the first game is the second week of September?
September 10th.
Yep. So.
Yep. September 10th. and me up. DM me your email address, Kobe. Hit me up on Facebook or IG, man. Shoot me your email address.
All right. So, we definitely going to do a fantasy thing. And who knows? We might do it live here on the Academy Sports Show.
Right.
We got the means.
Absolutely.
But you're not watching
Absolutely. Oh, my God. All right, so we appreciate you guys, man. We will see you guys next week, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday. Oh, we got somebody else jumping in. All right, we got some people want to jump in, so we will definitely get that together. DM me, please. Your email addresses, hit us up. You guys see our tags there. Go back and check our tags out if you need to find them, but they're right there at the bottom of the screen, and we will hook this thing up. On behalf of myself, Jay Will, and my co-host, Mr. Andre Douglas, we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.